سنبدأ الآن. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي بنعمته تتم الصالحات، والصلاة والسلام على النبي العربي المبعوث للناس أجمعين. وبعد, inshallah ta'ala, tonight we'll begin the sharh and explanation of Al-Arabiyyatu Bayna Yadayk. And this book has 16 units, and there's 3 levels to this book. This series of Al-Arabiyyatu Bayna Yadayk has 3 levels. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll begin level 1, units 1 to 16, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. طيب, before we begin unit 1, let's talk about quickly the importance of the Arabic language. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He emphasizes this in the Quran. قال الله تعالى أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب المبين إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون. We've sent down this Quran in the Arabic language so that you may understand. لعلكم تعقلون. طيب, he also says in another verse فإنما يسرناه بلسانك لعلهم يتذكرون. فإنما يسرناه بلسانك لعلهم يتذكرون. Indeed, we've made it easy to understand this Quran in your language for the Arabs and for all Muslims so that they may remember. يتذكرون. So the Quran was made easy to understand in the language of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to help people reflect and remember its teachings. Let's begin now, inshallah, unit 1. So let's begin unit 1, inshallah. So, قال المؤلف, he said, الوحدة الأولى, unit 1. الوحدة means unit, الأولى means 1. التحية والتعارف. التحية means greetings. والتعارف means introduction. So you can write this on the book, because the whole point of buying the book is to write on the book. And you can buy the book in your nearest Islamic maktaba, bookstore, or on Amazon. نعم. التحية والتعارف. So if I ask you, what did we study in unit 1? You will say, we studied greetings and introduction. التحية, greetings, والتعارف. Soften the ain, والتعارف. طيب. Then he said, الوحدة الأولى, unit 1. التحية والتعارف. التحية, greetings, والتعارف, and the what here means and, the waw. والتعارف means introduction. Then he said al-ard, ad-dars al-awwal, and then lesson 1. Al-ard. Here al-ard means display. He's displaying something, or the presentation. Ardu taqdimi means offer or proposal. Or ard khas. Sometimes the Arabs, they write this like ard khas. This is like a special price, for example. Or ard khas, si'r khas, for example, right? So ard means presentation, display, offer in different ways. طيب. Then he said al-hiwar al-awwal, first conversation, alif. So even though he said first conversation, alif, he divided the first conversation into 2 parts, alif and ba. We'll get to ba. Then he said undur, look. Undur means to look. So if I ever see anyone looking around and I say undur, it means look here, undur huna. So look. Wastami', listen. Wastami', listen. And you have the emojis right next to it also. So undur, you have the eye. Wastami', you have the ear. Wa'a'id means to repeat. Wa'a'id. And we'll be using this even throughout our other books. Na'am. Then Khalid said, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. So this hiwar, this conversation is between Khalid and Khalil. Khalid and Khalil. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Ismi Khalid, my name is Khalid. Masmuka, what's your name? Then he said, Ismi Khalil, my name is Khalil. Kayfa haluka. So when we're talking to a masculine, we say Kayfa haluka bil fatha. Then he said, Khalil said, Bikhair, walhamdulillah. He said, I'm fine, praise be to Allah. Wa kayfa haluka anta, and how are you? Then Khalid said, Bikhair, I'm fine, walhamdulillah, praise be to Allah. Any questions? طيب, الحوار الأول, با, انظر واستمع وأعد. now we have, so the first conversation we had Khalid and Khalil. So now we're practicing our khaz. Khalid, Khalil. If you were to ask on a quiz, on a test, name 2 names, Muslim names that begin with Kha, you're supposed to tell me Khalid and Khalil. We're not even asking you to think of names that begin with Kha. Just memorize what's in the text here. Khalid, Khalil. طيب. Now we have Khawla and Khadija. So Khawla said, Assalamu alaikum. Khadija replied back, Wa alaikum assalam. Ismi Khawla. My name is Khawla. Masmuki. And now there's feminine talking, feminine. So now the kaf is kasra. When we're talking to a masculine, a male, we say kayfa haluka. When you're talking to a female, kayfa haluki. طيب. Then Khawla said, kayfa haluki. Khadija replied back, bi khairin walhamdulillah. She said, I'm fine. Praise be to Allah. Wa kayfa haluki anti. And then Khawla replied, bi khairin walhamdulillah. طيب. Then he said, al-mufradat. Al-mufradat means, on the next page, al-mufradat means vocabulary. So now he will give you 1, 2. So 2 exercises to write. So he said, al-mufradat al-ard. Undur wastami' wa'id. So here you're supposed to be listening to the track. Okay? And then tadrib wahid and tadrib thani. So the first exercise and the second exercise, you're supposed to be connecting the dots and the pictures and then answer the questions from the second exercise. Simple as that. Exercise number 1, sil bain al-ibarati wa suri al-munasaba. Wa surati al-munasaba. Sil bain al-ibarati wa surati al-munasaba. And the second one is ajib. Just answer the questions. طيب, let's begin the next conversation. الوحدة الأولى التحية والتعارف. الدرس الثاني. الحوار الثاني, second conversation. ألف. So every conversation, the mu'allif, they wrote alif and ba. So for this one we have masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. Undur wastami' wa'a'id. Undur means to look, wastami' to listen, wa'a'id and to repeat. So Muhammad said here, so now we have another 2 new names, Muhammad and Sharif. Muhammad and Sharif. طيب. So Muhammad said, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. And this is Tahiyyatul Islam. Everyone's supposed to know this. Peace be upon you, and peace be upon you too. Min ayna anta. Min means from. So basically it's saying to him, where are you from? And other people even you can translate this as from, where are you? So ayna anta means where are you? From, min means from. Together it means where are you from? He said, Ana min Pakistan. I'm from Pakistan. Hal anta Pakistaniyun? Are you Pakistani? So now is nationality. When he said Ana min Pakistan, it means I'm from the country named Pakistan. So Ana min Pakistan. I'm from Pakistan. Hal anta Pakistaniyun? Are you Pakistani? Then he said Naam. Yes, Ana Pakistaniyun. I'm Pakistani. وَمَا جِنْسِيَّتُكَ أَنْتَ. What's your nationality? So jinsiyya means nationality. Then he said, أَنَا تُرْكِيٌّ. I'm Turkish. أَنَا مِن Turkiya. And I'm from Turkey. Then he said, أَهْلًا وَسَهْلًا. Welcome. أَهْلًا وَسَهْلًا. Any questions? طيب. الحوار الثاني. The second conversation, ba. انظر واستمع وأعد. Maryam and Zainab. Now we have 2 new names. Maryam and Zainab. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Min ayna anti. So before for masculine we said min ayna anta bil fatha. And this is min ayna anti bil kasra. Because we're talking to feminine. Just like we said kayfa haluka and kayfa haluki. Min ayna anta. Min ayna anti. طيب. She said, where are you from? Then she said, Ana min Misr. Ana min Misr. And make sure the ra is heard. A lot of people will just say min Misr. Where's the ra? Ana min Misr. I'm from Egypt. Then she said, Hal anti Misriyatun? Hal anti Misriya or Misriyatun? She said, are you, are you Egyptian? Are you Egyptian? So Egyptian here is nationality, and Misr is the country. So she said, أنا من مصر, I'm from Egypt. هل أنت مصرية? Are you Egyptian? Then she said, نعم أنا مصرية, I'm Egyptian. وما جنسيتك أنت? What's your nationality? For masculine we say جنسيتك. For feminine we'll say جنسيتك. And she also added anti on top of that. So what is your nationality? You, basically. She's saying, what is your nationality? You. I'm talking to you. When you're talking to... So the question is it enough to say, وَمَا جِنْسِيَّتُكَ وَمَا جِنْسِيَّتُكِ? نعم, it's enough. But min bab ta'keed, if you want to make it stronger, you can say, وَمَا جِنْسِيَّتُكَ أَنْتَ وَمَا جِنْسِيَّتُكِ أَنْتِ. نعم. Then she said, أنا سورية. I'm Syrian. She said, I'm Syrian. So Syrian here means nationality. Then she continues saying, أنا من سوريا. أنا من سوريا. نعم. So she started off because she was asked, what is your nationality? She said, I'm Syrian. And then to tell us where Syrian, the nationality Syrian is, she said, I'm from Syria. So the author here is teaching us nationality and countries. So now we learn 4 countries and 4 nationalities. Pakistan, that's 1 country. Turkey, that's 2. Misr is 3. And Syria is 4. If I ask you name 4 nationalities, you're going to say Pakistaniyun, Turkiyun, Misriyatun, and Suriyatun. طيب. Then he said al-mufradat, vocabulary, al-ard. So now he's showing you undur wastami' wa'id, things for you to listen, and then countries to memorize. Then he said sil bain al-kalimati wa surati al-munasabati. Connect, he said connect between the word and the picture that makes sense. Let's finish the last conversation. So every unit has 3 conversations, okay? And each conversation is divided into alif and ba. الوحدة الأولى التحية والتعارف الدرس الثالث. So we finished الدرس الأول, lesson 1, الدرس الثاني, lesson 2. Now we are on الدرس الثالث, lesson 3. And now this is between Ahmed and Badr. This lesson is between Ahmed and Badr. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Hada akhi. He said, this is my brother. Hada, this is akhi, my brother. Huwa mudarrisun. And he's a teacher. So now the author here is teaching us occupations. Because the whole unit is about greetings and introduction. How do you introduce someone? So if I have a friend with me, or if I have my brother or sister or my parents, and I meet another person, how do I introduce them to the other person? So this whole unit is about greetings and introduction. Introducing other people or introducing yourself to others. So he said, هذا أخي, this is my brother. هو مدرس, and what he does for a living is, he's a teacher basically. هذا أخي هو مدرس. Then Badr said, أهلا وسهلا, welcome. أهلا وسهلا, welcome. طيب. Then Ahmed replied back, because now he has to introduce whoever he's with. He said, هذا صديقي, this is my friend. Who am I with? I'm with a friend. So now how do you introduce his friend? By saying, هذا صديقي. He's not my brother, he's just a friend. What does he do for a living? هو مهندس. He is an engineer. هو مهندس. So now we have mufradat. 2 occupations. Mudarris, teacher, and muhandis, engineer. Then he said, أهلا وسهلا, welcome. Then he said, ma'a salama. Take care. Ma'a salama. So when you leave sometimes, you can use this by saying ma'a salama and then end it with tahiyyat al-Islam by saying assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Nah. But here, he began with the salam, with the tahiyyah, and then he ended with ma'a salama. And a lot of accents, Saudis, they use different accents. Sometimes they say ma'a salama. Again, this is their accent, right? But always try to speak proper with Fus'ha, because the way you read this will affect the way you read the Quran. So if a letter is mufakham, heavy, and the letter is soft, don't make the soft letter heavy and the heavy letter soft. Always read properly. Ma'a salama. Take care. الحوار الثالث باء. انظر واستمع وأعد. انظر, look, واستمع, listen, وأعد. And everyone should listen to the tracks. Don't come to the next dars and struggle to read the conversations. Not only that, everyone's supposed to write the conversations in a notebook and memorize the conversations. That's how you learn Arabic, because now we're not doing grammar. When we do Ajrumiyah and we talk about the grammar rules and what is a verb, what is a noun, how do we know a noun, how do we know a verb, then we will talk about how to connect words into a sentence that makes sense. Now it's all about building your vocabulary. Al-mufradat. And that's why the mu'allif always gives us al-mufradat, vocabulary. Al-ard. طيب? Now we have two new names. Nada and Huda. Do they rhyme? Yes, you can say they rhyme. But that's not important. Just memorize Nada and Huda. So Nada said, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Then Nada said, Hadihi ukhti, this is my sister. We finished before Hada akhi. So if you're talking to if you're talking about a masculine, you say Hada. This is Hada akhi. This is my brother. If you're talking to a feminine, you say Hadihi ukhti. So always Hada and Hadihi, you look at the word next to it. If the word next to it is masculine, we say Hada. Hada al-kitab. This book. Hadihi, if the word next to Hadihi is feminine, then we say Hadihi. So Nada said, Hadihi ukhti, this is my sister. Hiya tabibatun. She is a doctor. Hiya, she is tabibatun, a doctor. Then Huda here, she has to welcome, because now she introduced her to her sister. She said, this is my sister, she's a doctor. So Huda now has to say, welcome, nice to meet you, welcome, ahlan wa sahlan, pleasure. Then the Nada said, hadihi sadiqati, this is my friend. Hiya talibatun, she is a student. Hiya talibatun, she's a student. Then she said, ahlan wa sahlan. So when someone introduces you to a friend or a family, you're supposed to welcome that person. Don't look sad, or don't look depressed, or don't look like as if like you don't care, as a lot of people do. When someone introduces a family friend or a co-worker, as Muslims we're supposed to smile and say ahlan wa sahlan, marhaban, hayakumullah. But just don't stand there like, what do I say next? If you don't know what to say next, just say ahlan wa sahlan. Yakfik. That's enough for you. طيب? Then she said, ma'a salama. Take care. Ma'a salama. Take care. Any questions? So now we're done with unit 1. So here you have al-mufradat, al-ard, then you have to read through this, and tadrib, exercises, then you have to listen to the tracks. Tadrib, awwal, here it says, istami', listen. Listen to what? The tracks. Inshallah, we'll upload the tracks too, inshallah ta'ala. Listen to the tracks, fill in the gaps throughout the whole book, and then inshallah ta'ala we'll begin tomorrow night inshallah. الدرس الوحدة الثانية الأسرة وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.